Alright, let's start off with mid fights. As for mids, we got it pretty simple, just an aggro mid and a passive mid option. For aggro, I actually thought of something a little bit more specific than what we had before. Before we were basically just like soldiers, either bomb or get on high ground, scouts aggress through here, or like here, or here, or here, whatever, just aggression and awareness of usual positioning goals. But I thought of something more specific, and that's that this team that we were playing was punishing us a lot by getting on top of like our crate, and then they would get like two soldiers up on here, and they would shoot down on us, and they'd have cover, but they'd have cover back here, and our team was just hanging out here and here, and this is a pretty advantageous position for a soldier, and you could even have a scout come up here easily. Um, So this crate is pretty strong, is what I'm saying. So what I want us to have us do is call for an aggro mid, and we're gonna play this like Gully Wash. We're gonna have two soldiers immediately double bomb and land up on top of the surface of this crate and blow up whatever it is there, if there is anything there. Simultaneously, we're gonna have Malta on flank scout running up here and just shooting them, and we're gonna have 6 row shooting stickies at them, which should just melt them. There should be a lot of accumulated damage coming at them at once, and then the soldiers bomb them, and they're just completely fucked. If they step back here, like back there, then they'll be safe from Malta and 6 row, but they'll be absolutely destroyed by the soldiers. And if they stand up here, then they'll just be getting nuked by everyone. And what the previous team was doing was they were sending both soldiers up there and just raining down terror, and then once we're weak, they would bomb us to make sure our med never gets out. And so with this strategy, if they send two soldiers up there, they should lose two soldiers. But of course, while we're all like aiming at this, we're not going to be paying attention to the rest of their team, and that's where I come in. Me and Nines. I want Nines to beam me a lot, and I'm gonna try and abuse these props and just be a complete psychopath distraction, just on crack, right in their face. Because imagine, you know, if you're standing here with your team, like you roll out, and a scout runs at you, and you see him right there, like that's a pretty close scout. That's gonna take your attention. And if he's right behind this pillar, that's like so close to you. That's pretty threatening. But if I'm a scout and I tell them that I'm here, and I show my face, and then I hide, I'm not really taking damage anymore. Especially if I'm like weaving between them. I can like be pretty safe here and not actually die anytime soon. I don't even have to do that much damage. I don't really like. I'm not actually being aggressive. I'm, you know, if I was standing back here chipping at them, it's kind of the same thing. But I'm close and in their face and pressing and making myself obnoxious, so they're all gonna look at me. And Nines is also beaming me so that when I do take damage, I heal that back up. And if they look away from me and they try to do something else, then I'm gonna charge them. And if they look back at me, then probably I'll back up again. Unless I've done enough damage that I can actually finish them off, and then I'll just start mowing people down, like a scout does when people don't look at them or when they're cleaning up. And hopefully that will be enough of a distraction, um, to really make this be the nuke that we want it to be, and to make it so that their teammates don't do too much to us. I'd love to see just like, you know, two scouts and a demo man like all trying to shoot me at once and just repeatedly like missing, and then I miss at them. But like, okay, so I'm not doing damage, but like half their team isn't doing damage as a result of it, so that's fine with me. And then we nuke them. And then after we clear this out and just dominate it, we're gonna turn right, just like on Gully Wash. And from here, our soldiers, if there's anyone still here, like if they've just been screwing around with me, then oh boy, yeah, you're gonna shoot them. And we could have you like, I guess you're not gonna be a scout, so you can't jump that, but you could definitely like get up onto these things. If they are on our, if they took the passive crate, you know, that one, or they took our crate, I guess. Well, I guess. Wait, what am I? Red team? Yeah, that's my crate. It's red. That's our crate. That's their crate. So if they're on our crate, Then from here, we fight them. Um, I think we should pretty aggressively try and get people up to here. This is a little bit of high ground over them. On this thing, you're hard to shoot. And so basically, we just try and get early damage here to make it so that the fight is already going in our favor. And then we very quickly take the positioning before they realize that this is the position that needs to be taken. And if there's anyone down here, then they'll get nuked, which there's a good chance we're going to get lucky with that because teams, don't respond that quickly. Look what the hell we're supposed to do. Anyway, so that's the strat. Double bomb onto this side, and then we turn, mow this down, and then whatever is left over here, we just fight it. In terms of denial of bombers, oh yeah, Malta. This is something I did not explain earlier. So you're up here helping shoot these soldiers, but if let's say there's only one soldier up there, then it's like, okay, we've got like 4 people shooting this one soldier. That's not actually necessary anymore. If there's just one soldier here, then maybe the other one is bombing. So instead of doing this thing, get up on here and like shoot the bomber, and yeah, don't go on. That's a little bit too far away for this mid. But this is a good spot. If you can't get there, this is also a good spot. And you're going to be defending 9s from the one bomber, if that's what they do. I guess if they send both bombers and there's no one there, then I'll probably help you out as well. We'll see that happening. But either way. And also, one thing that we should be doing more in general is body blocking the med from bombers. So, like, if I'm Malta and I'm standing here and a bomber comes and lands like right there and 9s is standing right here, then I'm going to want to run forward and have 9s run towards me, and then I'm going to run through 9s, and once I get through, I'm now a shield, and 9s is behind me, and 9s is beaming me, and I should probably be like 185 because that bomber was never even trying to kill me, so I'm probably unhurt, and he doesn't, he doesn't want to hit me with one rocket. It doesn't really help him very much. He wants to hit the medic, so I nah, you gotta shoot me. That's what's happening here, sorry. And you block the rocket, and if you try to step to the side, you can step a little bit, but he's not gonna live long anyway, so this really can save your medic for like 2 seconds, and that is like a lifetime in terms of bomber denial time. So, yeah, 9s run towards your nearest teammate, and your nearest teammate run towards 9s. And then in an instant, you'll be through, and you'll be body blocking. Or same with 6 row, because it's a mid, so they might be bombing 6 row. Or whatever. So that's our aggro mid. Our passive mid would be simpler than that. It's just having us play TF2, that way we know how. This is a place where a scout might use this spot. Ooh, got it. Pretty passive, but like really good aerial vision. Get a little bit closer to the mid by doing this. Same thing over here. Deny bombers. Deny bombers. And our soldiers will take high ground, do whatever they want to do. Look for opportunities. Like look at their shape. Really try and see like, well, where are they playing? Are they playing here, here, or here? Or like a combination. And if they're playing, all down on the ground, hello, obviously you can take the high ground. If they're playing really aggressively, then maybe you can try and pick off the people that are more aggressive than others, or just use your instincts. It's passive mid, be creative, and just pay attention to what our team's formation is and what their team's formation is and what that means it would make sense to do. Because this is one thing it took me a while to realize, is like I know what to do, like instinctually, because I've played enough. I just have to realize to know it and to like just do what I know. Yeah, it doesn't all have to be rehearsed. Anyway, that's passive mid. So after a mid fight, let's say you win a mid. Let's be positive. Our combo is gonna hold in here. Sticky's on there. Pocket soldier here. Pocket scout here. I'd like our roamer to, for default for now, I'd like our roamer to start out up there. From up here, you can see all that you need to see. If anyone tries to go lower to get your med, they're gonna see you. Like if they go either place, they're gonna be like, oh shit, there's a soldier. What are they gonna do? Try to just like walk all the way through? Yeah, no chance. If they like come bombing through here, then that did happen to us in the scrim. That's actually kind of difficult to deal with, which is why I might try doing that to a team if we're in that situation. But and then Malta, your job is going to be to kind of like peek out here and just make sure there isn't like anything crazy going on in here. Stay at the back of the alley. Don't peek out too much. Do not take fights if you can help it, or unless you really just want to back out and just keep intel on that. Also, another job you have when we're holding second is tell me if they're not watching under, because this is the thing teams do. Like they just don't watch under, and then we can like do stuff with that. We can do a push through under, or we can just send a sack through under. You can get pretty far in sometimes without being seen. We can put hiders down here. Yeah, make sure I know if there's no one watching here, and if there is, then because you can tell me that too. But our standard sack is going to be to have Jacqueline come, boom, boom, fly, go deep. Yeah, try and just land behind the medic and see if you can maybe make them spook. You could try going through lower. You could try like down, whatever you want. It's a sack. But this is a really good map for big bombs, so we should definitely exploit that. It definitely was exploited against us last time. So that's second holds. For a standard second push, if we're rushing, then it'll just be through here. I guess if there's problems with sticky traps, we can like have everyone funnel through here. Or just scream that we're going through drop down instead. Well, we should be able to clear a trap pretty easily. But if you do a drop down, it's not that bad. I know it's low ground, but soldiers can jump right up, and everyone else can just, you know, it's not that bad. You're on high ground again. But our default add push is going to be through alley. And what we're going to do through here is we're going to have like the soldiers get prepped to do their bombs, and we're going to have both soldiers do big bombs. Kind of like we did back on Process. We had those, you know, the double mega bombs. Yeah, just double mega bomb. And if this is like an aggro situation, like we think they're holding a little bit close, then you can try and bomb all the way back. And if it's not, then I'd like to have like Jacqueline land on top of the fence and Soup land right here. So yeah, like land boop right here, and then walk this way and just nuke them. Because on this second point, this back corner is oftentimes where teams like to play passive because the door is right there. And that's fine, but as you can see, they're surrounded on three sides, pretty much. So if we have like a player here and a player here, and these players are converging over here, they're going to be completely surrounded. So they're just going to leave, which is what we want for a slow push, where we're going to try to conserve our Uber. And then Soup, like I said, stand up against this fence so you can see lower, so no one sneaks through. Watch out for hiders, as we always should do during a slow push, especially that one. This hider could have been right here. We didn't know. We didn't check. But actually, what I want our default cheesy play second Uber ad, this is a long name, push to be, is a push through lower. Especially if they're not watching. Even if they are, I could still try this. So we're going to take our whole team except for our flank scout, who comes up over here. And we're going to go through lower, and we're just going to bust right through here. This is the danger zone, is like, they've seen us. We have to get into here without anything crazy happening. Which is a small enough distance that I don't think anyone's going to like bomb us or anything weird's going to happen. I don't see there being a sticky trap down here. That would be very weird for an amateur doman to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to stick lower. I seriously doubt it. So, we got through here. And they're probably going to see us. I'm not expecting to not be seen, but what are they going to do? You know, they're going to be panicking probably because, you know, if I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, my team has disad, okay, don't get wiped, guys. And I see them go through there. It's like, what? Oh no, this is bad. This is just scary. And like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna try and like force their med and then go out unscathed. Like, good luck with that if they're like in our lobby already. So if they're smart, they're gonna try and just leave, and they might get out. Yeah, if we're like doing this and we see that like they really are escaping, then we might kind of call it off. Oh, also, if we have a really small Uber ad, we don't want to do this one. This one's only with like 40% or more. because this could be a little bit more of an extended fight, just to be safe. So if they're smart, they'll leave immediately, and we might actually just call it off and then just go to second and take our free point, which is already an A+, perfect, great outcome. If they're a little bit slower, we can try and like catch them there. If we don't see them here, and if Malta tells us they're not on the point, because he's going to be screaming at us if they're still on the point, because we are just going to do this then. If they're not on the point, we don't see them there, then they're here. And we're going to try and like cut them off in here, or even fucking cut them off here. Why not? We are a team with an Uber. They are not. And they're running, so they're disjointed. And we're attacking, so that means we're moving together. It means that we're going to be coordinated when we hit them all at the same time. So this should be a wipe. If they decide not to run, they're like, oh, they can go behind, then Malta tells us this, and we just come back and wipe them with our Uber. And if they leave, then Malta is the one who captures the point. So that way we're not on last without a second capper, which isn't even that big of a deal. I've actually been watching some more high-level play, and I realized they do that kind of often. Like they like leave mid uncapped because like they want to just waste. It's specific situations though. It's not something we should just do. We shouldn't just be chasing, because that's not usually right. But yeah, so that's the second play. It is just, you know, rush in behind them and then cause chaos. And if we can force a fight to happen, then we should win that fight, because we're the ones making the chaos, and because we have an Uber ad. And if they leave, then great. I think actually pushing through alley is dangerous, kind of, when we have ad, because everyone sort of knows it's what you're going to do, and there's a lot of big roamer bombs where they can bomb back into you, which is something I'd like for our roamer to try. Just find one of the big bombs, and there's a bunch of them around here, and just fly into them when they're Uber ad pushing into us. And speaking of that, so when we're on second and we're dis-ad, we're going to hold here. I don't think we need to be there. This is just as safe. So, med here. People, you know, around, whatever. You fucking know how to do a pass a hold. It's not too specific, because we're leaving anyway. We're not even trying to defend properly. Anyway, so let's get into our second hold. So I can't skip that. The way we're going to be holding second is having Malta on flank scout right here. You're actually watching here. You're watching for bombers. Remember, a bomber can be standing right there, literally in the spot where they're about to start bombing, and you will not see them or hear them or anything until they immediately fly into view. So, like, you know, while you're hanging out here, like, oh, a bomber could come at any moment, really try and just, you know, hang out with your crosshair pointed, so that way you can get that first shot on him. Because I find that if I'm, like, not paying that much attention, the bomber comes up, oh, shit, it's like, I, like, miss, like, the first two shots, which are kind of the critical ones for, like, killing his early momentum, and then your next shots are easier, and then you're actually denying a bomber, versus if you, like, beat these, then it's like, oh, he's already far enough that I can't really, I guess I'll chip him, but, yeah. Shoot him early. Be ready for it. And also, you can look pretty far into lobbies, so you kind of see people coming, which is cool. I'm going to be standing here to watch lower and to watch if they cross to go valley. That's pretty important. We're going to have 6 row around here, sticking the door, being a dome man. And Soup, I think, whatever, you should just be like around here somewhere. And what I'd like us to do is, when a bomber does come, A, Malta shoots them, B, I shoot them, and C, I want whoever is standing, like, over here, so Soup in 6 row, both of you walk into this doorway, and don't crouch, but body block it. I think probably 6 row will be here, and, like, Soup will be here, so then Soup will take the right side, and 6 row will take the left, but pay attention to what the other one is doing, so you're not just beside each other, and stand in the doorway. And Nines just has to, you know, go through here, and once Nines passes this plane, he's got a pretty good shield in front of him. And then he just keeps running, and he can arrow whoever looks like they're taking more damage, if that's a thing that's necessary. Which should further decrease the chance that one of you might die accidentally. And that's our bomb detection prevention. Um, Jacqueline, you're gonna be watching this as well. I think that your best sack play, if you're going for a play on their medic, is probably going to be either to sneak through lower if no one's guarding that. Maybe they're both like far enough up here that you can sneak behind them, or you can come flying up through alley and then try and keep going and get behind them, and you can get to that medium health pack, and then you can go to that medium health pack, and you can keep going if they try to chase you. But otherwise, you can just be hanging out on mid and doing what that soldier did to us during our last scrim, where you like peek each doorway and like you're really distracting, really annoying, and you know they can't like continuously keep an eye on you, and so just like take your time, and then when they're not looking, go for their med. It's really stressful for the other team. So yeah, that's a good counter sack, or I guess you could initiate a sack on second. I don't know. That's what that team did. You're supposed to have the team that's owning mid sacks because they're in a better position, but like no one fucking listens to that anyway.
Point, dumbass.
All right, so that's second. Like I said, default push. With add, default push is the sneaky background thing, and the other one, like the slow push, is through alley. And I mentioned the sacks already. In terms of pushing back into mid, I guess we'll just go through like the same way that we attack mid fights. I don't know. If anyone has any better ideas, I'm all ears. Pushing last. Holding last. Malta, or, Jacqueline, stand up there. Romer, right there. Pocket soldier over there. I'm gonna have a sentry gun down here. This is the even last hold. And we're gonna have one scout who can, I don't know, help maybe try and get a frag over here. Or probably just be on off class, like sniper if we need a counter snipe. If they're running often pushes through here, that could be stuffable via pyro. This isn't a bad point for pyro in general, so you could still, you know, even if they don't go that way, you're not screwed. And yeah, I'll put a sentry gun down there. And oh, at 6 rows, like here, or whatever, with a medic. Medic back here. Don't get sniped. When we're attacking last for our sacks, I think we could try a sniper. Probably won't get a medic, but you know, you get a pick, then you start opening things up, go for more angles. Maybe you could sneak the sniper in over there. Let's see what we can do. Spy, definitely a viable option because they have a lot of cover back there, and there's a lot of decoy spots. Other than that, our standard last push is just going to be through Shutter. The main reason for that is because it seems to be what people do, and it's, I don't know, it's a place to start. Yeah, I mean, here we could get a little bit closer, but higher chance of getting stuffed, more trappable. The sentry gun will be there. It's not like that, though. Yeah, that's another sentry spot. Whatever. I don't know. I don't have any particular ideas, so let's just say Shutter for now. And for leaving last, the flank who's guarding here will just clear that. So Potato is already over there. He'll clear that. Come through here and clear this. Combo goes this way. And our Romer Jacqueline will go down here. And then you can jump back onto the point if you want. And Malta can join back up with our medic quickly in case we need some protection earlier. But anyway, that's Metalworks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to recap, you know, the aggro mid, the passive mid, where you just use your game sense. The get behind them aggro, we have add, we're going to wipe them push. The slow push where you take ground. Yeah, I think that's a good place to start. And as always, we can evolve this as we learn more and get better at this map.